Joined by Chris Broussard. Welcome, Chris.
Good to be here.
Chris.
Morning. Who's
Wish
the
it
most
was under better circumstances.
better circumstances?
Yeah, me too.
I think these are great circumstances.
Look at those
No,
Skip. Look at him.
no.
Oh, Kiki. Oh, he over there Kiki.
Skip is hype.
He's like, yeah, I love it, bro. I love to
I
see
can't
y'all.
wait to hear what you're about to say.
Who's the most to blame
You
for
know
last
I don't wear the
night's
pom-poms. You know
collapse?
that. I'm objective. To these two, if it snows tonight in Cleveland, it's LeBron's fault.
Yeah.
But he does deserve some blame for this. The blame, anytime you blow a 26-point lead, it's on the players and the head coach. It's on the players and the head coach. Ty Lue he's gotten a pass for this whole slide. You've been
It's his
talking
fault.
about.
It's his
No, it's not just his fault.
Okay.
I'm just saying he's getting a pass.
All right, that's
You
fair.
rarely hear anybody criticize him for how atrocious their defense is. For some of the
I
rotations,
heard him do it to start the show, but go ahead.
he's one.
No.
But rarely you hear people doing it. And I'm not trying to put it all on him. I'm just saying that's a factor. I'm saying the bench is a factor. Shumpert, -23. You know, he's got to bring it. He's got to play better. I've talked about them losing their identity, you know, and them getting soft. And Darren Williams hasn't shown up. And LeBron hasn't shown up. You know, I mean, the triple-double was great.
Wait, you just said he hasn't shown up?
Well, and down the stretch.
Okay,
The
thank you.
triple-double was great. But he made some bad decisions. We talked before the show. Should have hit Corver with, 8 seconds left?
Yes.
All that said, who blames for losing the game? The players lost it. The Tyrone lost it. But if the refs don't blow that call, there's still a 95% chance that the Cavs win. And I'm talking about Kent Bazemore and Millsap as well, both being out of bounds.
Yes.
So I'm not trying to deflect blame from the players and Ty Lue. But if we talk about who would have won the game, that blown call, I think, blew the game because then you don't have a jump ball. Millsap doesn't hit the shot, and JR was terrible on that play, not
Yes.
hustling.
Yes.
And the Cavs would not have felt good about that win
No.
because they had blown such a big lead. But still, they do win the game if the refs don't blow that call. LeBron fouling out the 6th foul was a bad call.
I
But
agree
by
with
that
that.
point, they had lost the momentum. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying we can't – the refs – it was a terrible call.
Yes.
It was a missed call.
But the ref's
It
call
was
shouldn't have had no impact on this ball game. When you're up 26 points and you got Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, the refs should you don't even need refs at this point. Just play the game. They got careless. Ty Lue, for whatever reason. See, for me, I would like to see Ty Lue go ahead. They're up 26 points. Come back with LeBron and Kyrie and try to push it to 30, 35. And
well,
then,
LeBron started the fourth.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
And
he played the
He
whole
played the whole
fourth.
fourth.
He played the
Whole
whole
fourth.
fourth.
12, yeah.
and then Darren Williams come in. He's in a little over 3 minutes. He's a -11. Shumpert. And then next thing you know, you're giving them momentum. They had 14 total turnovers. They had 7 in the fourth quarter. The Hawks assisted on every made basket. They made 14 made baskets. They assisted on all of them. Well, you're plus 30 from the three-point line. Normally, a team that's plus 30 in three-point skip, you win that game going away. But when you don't play defense, and next thing you know, they're getting layups, you're turning it over, you're coming away with empty possessions, you're fouling, you're stopping the clock, and the next thing you know, this is what happens. But Ty Lue, you're supposed to be the defensive guru, but let me tell you what's happened. Nobody said this. Ty Lue's getting the pass from coming down from 3-1 to Golden State. Now, okay, you might get a pass this year, but you don't get to have that forever, not for perpetuity. Now, ask yourself this. If Greg Popovich had this roster, because they're more talented than San Antonio, how many games would they lose in the East? They might break the record. They might go 74-8. So, Ty Lue, you need to get it together, bro. That defense, Kevin Love is 15 of 46 in his last 3 games. The bench got outscored by 34 and 28 in their last 2 games. And that's the problem.
I'd like to see a little more Derek Williams because when he was playing well before Darren came over.
Yes.
And, you know, a lot of times when Darren's in the game, LeBron's still handling the ball
Right.
anyway. So let LeBron play with Derek and see if you get, you know, some better production there.
Okay. I hear what you say about Ty Lue. Point taken.
And again, I'm not saying he's the sole reason.
I got it.
Yeah.
I hear what you say about Shumpert, JR, and Darren Williams, and on and on and on. But in the
The
end,
refs.
you got, and the referees, but when you get outscored in the fourth quarter as the defending NBA champion, as you're trying to come back together and get it all back on track, you get outscored 44-18 in the fourth quarter. You gave up 44 points to a not very good Atlanta team with two of the starters yanked from the game because Budenholzer just didn't like their body language and their effort. And he just said, Dwight, you're out. Schroeder, sorry. I'm going to go with the backups.
Skip.
I mean, Mascala's in there making threes,
The,
right?
the Cavs held the Hawks in 36 minutes to 67 points. They gave up 59 in 17 minutes.
Okay, so in the end, the best player on the planet deserves a majority of the blame.
Yes.
I'm sorry, somebody at this desk is going to have to be objective about LeBron James, and I'm going to be objective. I'm going to be
I'm
objective.
not trying
I'm
to
sorry.
absolve him.
No. Well, okay, but
He got a 5-second call.
okay, and you know what?
Now let me ask you about the 5-second call. That's on LeBron, but it's on the whole team. Because
Okay.
was anybody open?
I got it, but when you are the best passer in basketball,
He's not
you
the
just
best
gotta,
passer
Yes,
in
he is.
basketball. No, he's
yes,
not.
he is.
No.
Now I'm fighting
He's-
for
no,
LeBron
he's not.
over here.
He's not the best passer.
He is too. He's the most gifted
There are
passer.
several point guards better
Sorry,
passers.
no, you're wrong.
He's not.
He's the best
You
passer
compare him
in
to Magic.
basketball.
He's not a Magic Johnson
He is
type
too.
passer.
He is too. He pulls off one pass a night where I say, "Wow."
He's a
that's-
very good
hey,
passer.
It's a gift.
He's
It's
just
like-
not the
it's-
best in the
it's
league. That's all I'm
transcendent.
saying.
Well, he is. So I'm going to use this to say, wait a second. You've got to get the ball in bounds with 18 seconds left, and you're up 4 points in Atlanta, and you're being threatened to blow a 26-point lead. It's up to the best player on the planet, a player you already have on Mount Rushmore, to figure out how to get the ball in
if you
bounds.
throw it away and they get a breakaway layup, that's worse than a 5-second call.
Yeah.
Because at least you get to defend on a 5-second call. Possession goes to the Hawks. At least you get to defend.
Okay, so I've been
you don't
objective.
just throw it in.
you
I've
mean
been
throw-
objective about that, and you guys haven't. But let's go to the next point. So then 5 seconds pass, 13 seconds left. Paul Millsap goes up to shoot a three-point shot. He's not the most devastating three-point shooter in the league.
Yeah.
And LeBron runs at him and hand fouls him, fingertips to fingertips, and it was clearly a foul. And LeBron was livid at Tristan Thompson a week ago for fouling Paul George in a similar manner, right?
Yep.
That was a two-point
or
shot.
not guarding.
Right.
Yeah,
Guarding.
not
yeah,
guarding.
coming off. But,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
again, he fouled him. But this is 3 free throws, and to Paul Millsap's credit, he stepped right to the line and went boom, 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 and all of a sudden we got a basketball game. And right out of that, LeBron has to once again inbound the ball, and I thought it was a bad idea pass, and you said it. You got to get the ball to Kyle Korver because Kyrie doesn't even think he's
he's a
getting the
better
ball.
free throw shooter.
He is. Well, that's true. But Kyrie's.
I don't think.
They're both great.
I don't
Yeah,
think
they're both
Bron. I don't think Bron saw him because
Yeah, I
the
don't-
guy that Terrence Smith, I think is his last name.
Yeah. Prince.
Prince.
Yeah.
He left to go try and
He
trap
did.
Kyrie.
They were trapping Kyrie, and
Yes.
Kyrie's like, I'm out, and he starts to turn up court, and the ball is behind him.
Yes. It
And
was a
then
bad pass,
I
yeah.
disagreed with LeBron's take on the referee. The ball is still up for grabs. It's in nobody's possession, and Kyrie doesn't have complete control of the basketball, and the referee's trying to figure out who's got it. Well, he can't call time and save LeBron from a bad pass, so that's unfair. That's just wrong.
Yeah, that's questionable. You're right.
Okay?
I agree.
So
But look at Kyle Korver. That's Kyle Korver standing right there in front of LeBron. LeBron panicked.
I mean, that was a terrible pass.
And you remember in overtime, what was that, an overtime skip when Kevin Love threw the ball in the backcourt?
it was just a terrible idea.
And-
And again, they're on the wrong page. He thinks Kyrie's going to break back, and
Yeah.
Kyrie's going the other way, and all of a sudden you just get, although baseball.
He
I don't-
walked.
He lost control of the ball in the air, and he just barely got it up over the rim, and it kind of rolled around and went in. It could have been the ultimate blown layup
Yep.
at that point. But I get you. The refs missed the call on foot out of bounds, foot out of bounds. The whole overtime was a referee disaster of miscall upon miscall, and they're trying to. I think it was a makeup call to give LeBron his sixth foul because it was phantom. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Okay, big picture. This is just me. Curious to see how you'd react to this. Friday night's game ended with LeBron either taking himself out or Ty Lue said, that's enough. So they're down, whatever it was, 14. They lose 114 to 100. And LeBron fails to go straight to the bench. He decides to go sit on his tailbone on the baseline, just sit down. And to me, the body language is so bad because it's indicating, I don't really want to sit with you guys because I don't want to associate with that mess and that embarrassment out on the floor. And if I'm his teammate, I'm like, well, heck with you then. Maybe we don't win and lose together. Okay, that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one to read. I mean, sometimes if you're just so frustrated and you don't want to say the wrong thing to a teammate, maybe, I get what you're saying. I think LeBron set a bad tone in some ways. I even think, they just opened up a roster spot yesterday for another player, maybe.
Bergeau?
Enough of the let's go get some more help. I mean, who's out there really?
They say Bergeau
and that's where I
might
say
come back.
LeBron may have set a bad tone by continuously, we need somebody else, we need somebody. Just go with what you got. You're the best player in the world. You got Kyrie Irving, you got Kevin. Go with what you have. And that's what I mean by a tone. Anderson Varejao, okay, is he really going to help that much? We've seen Darren, and it's just.
But
that's a bad tone.
The thing is that when LeBron said after the loss to the Pelicans that they're top heavy, he was counting on Kevin Love being a 20 and 10 guy. Now Kevin is still getting his rebounds, but he's been shooting horrible from the floor.
But he has these
That's
stretches.
what he is. Yeah,
he's that
he's
guy.
Up and down.
Yeah, he was in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we need him to be up more so than down.
We do. We, right? You're a we.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Look, come Sunday, when we have to do what we got to do to the Heat or the Bulls, all will be forgotten.
It's like French, right? LeBron and Le Shannon. It's French. We.
You laughing now. But when Unc and LeBron, 7 games, you already know what's going to happen, Skip.